Hello guys, welcome again to the Excel tutorial. So in this third tutorial, we are going to discuss about the pivot tables. First of all, we need to understand like what is pivot tables. Okay, when we are dealing on a data set, and also we have worked on the functions to summarize our data set. So pivot table is, guys, it's a powerful tool here in Excel, okay, which is going to help you quickly. It will summarize your data set. Like if you wanted to create some wanted to grouping the data set or wanted to create some summary, as you can see here, there is a summary on the department wise. What is the total employees, that you can see it here? That is a small summary that you can see. And it is possible with the pivot tables, because pivot tables are very quick and they're very fast. Okay, so we will see that today, and then after that, we will look into the data visualization part and why it is important and how you are going to create that data visualization. See, you have a data set in tables, okay, where you have columns, where you have records present. But when you are visualizing it with the charts, as you can see here, we have different charts. Okay, like you can see bar chart is there, donut chart is present. Okay, then you have these column charts are also present, bar charts, like that line chart is also there. So you can see all different charts are available here. So when you have your data set in rows and columns, you are representing that data set by a visualization, so that visually one can understand, okay, what is the data that you have. You are creating a summary onto it. Suppose here down below, you can see here, it is showing you the top products in the revenue. So all the products that you have and what is the revenue that it is giving. So we can easily see that for the vitamins, if we are getting the top revenue, okay, from the vitamins. Likewise, in that case, we uh, when we are preparing our report, so visualizations are very important. So we will see today how to create the visualizations on the data set that we have. So if you remember that we were working on this file and we have this data set here, first of all, need to understand the data set. That you can see employee is ID is there, then full name you have, then department, and after that roles and designations, cities, salaries, and date of joining, month and the year. These are the columns that is provided to you. Total around we have here 1000 records that we can see here. Now I want to create a summary on this. Okay, first of all, you want to create a summary. So you have two options. One is using the formulas. You can go to the formulas. There you have, like, we have created a summary here based on the count functions. Although when you're creating such summary using the formula, there you have to write complicated formulas and all. But with pivot tables, it becomes easy for us. So first of all, select your data set. Okay, then go to insert. There you get an option of pivot table. So from the table ranges, we have already selected it. Now this is the data set which is selected on this window that you can see here. Where do you want to create your pivot table? Is it on this current existing worksheet you want to create the summary, or a new worksheet? Suppose here I'm selecting new worksheet and I'll press OK. Then you will see that I'll just name this sheet as pivot. And you will see that here pivot table 1 is being created. When the pivot table is created, you will see two more options in your tab options, that you get pivot table analyze as well as the design option. Design option is all related to the formatting part, the color and all, okay, how it looks. And pivot table analyze, you have so many options available here. One by one, if you want, you can just go through it. Like first option is pivot table. Here you will see the pivot table name and all. Okay, what is the summary that you're creating? You can just name that as well. Okay, we'll come to that. If you wanted to add filters onto the data set, I'm in this pivot table summary, you can add that. You wanted to refresh your data set, suppose new data is being added here, you wanted to refresh it, it will automatically take care of the new data. Okay, in because it has taken the reference of that data, whatever the new data will come, it will be refreshed here and the summary will automatically be generated onto it. Then you have some actions here, like you want to clear everything, pivot tables and all. Then if you want to perform some calculations, so we have these options. So through this we can create our calculations. So although we have failed table options on the right side, if you see that here you get on the right side pivot table fields. This is very important. Okay, so if you observe it here, you will see all your columns here, whatever columns are present in your original data set. And down below you will see four windows. One is filter, then columns, then the rows and the values. So out of these, now you wanted to create a summary. So whatever you will drag it here, like suppose if I drag departments to the rows, so department, all the departments which are there, they will come in the rows. So see here, Like if I select the department and I'll drag it to the rows, all the departments will come here, right? Okay, it has come here. Now, department wise, if you want how many employees are present, that summary you wanted to create, or department wise, you wanted to see the salaries given. Okay, you can just select the salaries and you can put it in the values. It's going to give you the total sum of the salaries that you are spending. So very quick and easy. We got this. Simple it is that here we are getting a complete analysis. Okay, and if you want to create a chart onto it, that's simple. Just go to here, pivot table analyze, and create a chart. So here in the charting options, again, you get so many options, whether you want to create a column chart, line chart, pie chart, or a bar chart. So here we are dealing with two types of variables. One is the variable. So let me just first of all create the chart. So in the column chart also you have three options, like clustered column you wanted to create, or the stacked column you wanted to create, or the 100% stacked, as well as 3D options are also available to you. But formatting part we'll see it later on. So clustered column, here we are selecting this chart and you'll see the chart has been created here. Okay, this is the chart that we can see. When the chart is created, you will again see three more options here. One is the pivot chart analyze. Okay, then there is a design option, like how do you want to design your chart. Suppose if you select this chart, it will look something like this. And there are other designing options are also available like this. Okay, you can choose the designings from here. Their formats are already available and the styles are already available. Or you can go to the formats here, manual formatting, if you wanted to, like adding the border, you wanted to fill the shape and all the text and all these things, you can just change it from here, right? So here the chart has been created. Now this is one summary that we have done, that is we are looking for the department wise what is the total sum of the salaries we are spending. If you want to change this chart, we have the option, you can do right click, then there you'll get the option to change the chart type. So here you can go with the pie chart as well. If you go with the pie chart or the donut chart, you can select that here. Now you'll see it will come in a donut chart. So this is called donut chart, where you'll see the complete this department wise what is each segment, you can see here properly. Okay, though although we are taking care of only two things, one is the department and another thing is the sum of the salaries that you have. Okay, let me just undo this thing and we'll focus on this chart, right, which is your column chart. Okay, the simple chart. So we are on to this column chart again. And now on this summary, I wanted to create some more summary. This is one summary that we are done with it. So if you wanted to create more summaries, so what we can do is we can just copy this, we can just paste it here down, and then we can create another summary. Likewise, now you wanted to create a summary that this was for the department wise, or if you say designation wise, you wanted to create a summary. Now here, this is the designation wise summary that is in front of you. Okay, it's very simple. You just have to drag and drop it. Now in this designation wise summary, you also wanted to see for the department wise too. So now here we're getting the summary for like designation and department wise. Suppose if you see like in the accounts, what is in the finance department, specifically for this role, what is the salary the company is spending. So this is one kind of a summary that this is what we call it as pivot table, or as well as the um, here we are having two things we are comparing here. One is your two categorical variables we are comparing. One side you have your departments and other side you have your designations. Then inside this you are having your values. So like that you are comparing. If you wanted to create a chart onto this, yes, we can again go and we can create a chart. So for that we have to go here, pivot table. Automatically it will say that's this chart by default. But here I am going to explain you the stack chart. So if you click the stack chart, see here, it is showing you that designation wise, because see on your rows, you have your designation. So it will take care, it will come on the x-axis. So all the designations that you can see here, they are on your x-axis. Right. Then your departments, there are total four department it is taking care of for every designation. Like for the accounts, you can see four columns. For the content strategies, again, you can see for the four columns. But here, if you go with the second chart, which is called a stacked column. Now here, there is a slight difference between this chart and this chart. Okay. So here you will see that again, designation wise, it is showing you the if you observe it, let me just create it for you. Now here you can properly observe it that on the x-axis you have your designations. On the y-axis there is only one column which is for all the department. But you can see this column is here divided, and in this division you can see the contribution of all your departments. So you can easily figure it out here for every designation. Like suppose this is the finance data, here you are having the HR data, here you are having the IT data, and here you are having the marketing data. If I wanted to see for the accounts, in the accounts I can see that finance and marketing are contributing more, HR and IT is not that much contributing. So this is called stacked chart, where the departments are stacked on each other. Okay, and then this is a total, you see, this is a complete column that here you can see. And if you wanted to calculate the what is the total of it, this is the total value they're getting here, 6 million around. So same value, you can also find it from here. If you do the summation here, and you will see the grand total is already here, which is 6.1 million, 6 million. Okay. So that you can have the grand totals on, I mean, these are the grand totals that you can see column on column by column. And here getting the grand totals for row on row that you can see it here. That is the ground total for the finance, and this is the grand total for the accounts. So that is another kind of chart that we can see it from the pivot tables. Like that, you can create a complicated summaries very easily using the pivot tables. It's very simple. Now, so we have explored these two things like rows as well as the columns and the values part. Now, if you want to add a filter here, that suppose you wanted to filter this data set based on the year example. So you can drag your year to the filter and you will see that filter icon will come here. Now you can select your filter, and suppose 2015 data you are interested in, just select that. You will see only the 2015 data is available to you. If you want to clear it, or you can also do multiple selections, like here interested in 2015 and 16, that you can select, or all you can select. Let me just remove this filter because we have another way of adding the filter, that is using the slicers. We can filter this. Suppose if I insert a slicer on this report using a here, so it's going to give you, I mean the user, the end user, here they will get these options, and when the end user clicks, they will be able to filter out the data. Also, you will be able to see the difference that you can see here in the chart as well. So when you click, you will see the difference which is happening. So it's happening on the table as well as on the chart, because this chart is created on that table, that is pivot table only, right? That you can see the difference. Like this, we can create our, we have created here two summaries we have created. Suppose if you wanted to create our dashboard here. Okay, so in the dashboard, we have to create multiple summaries. Okay, multiple charts we have to create together, and then we have to present it here. So I'll just do it for you. So let's make it few summaries, okay? And then, so this is the summary one. Suppose, okay, in this summary, we are doing, this is some of the salaries we are doing. But along with this, if I want the employee IDs as well, like total how many employees which are present. So we are getting some of the employee IDs, but we are not interested in the sum of the employee IDs. We are interested in the count of the employees. So we can see that this is one summary we have created here, where in the values you have two columns. One is your count of employee IDs, second is the sum of the salaries. So this is one summary we have created. Another summary I wanted to do, like year on in a year analysis I wanted to go with. We can just remove these fields, year on year. Okay, let me just select this, and okay. So, so this is the year on year we are getting. This is one summary, and city wise also I wanted to create one summary. So let me just create another pivot table here. So like this, we are creating a pivot table. And if you see like, we want this time city wise. Okay, what is the total employees we have again? Okay, we can select that as well. Okay, so this is, you're getting the total employees you're getting from that cities. Okay, so we have one, two, three summaries we have created. Now, designation wise, we already have it, but no problem. Let's create it again. Designation wise summary. Okay, designation wise, we are looking for the total salaries we are spending. Okay, so we have four summaries we have created. Now, on these form of summaries, we will create a chart. So first of all, go to this, then create a chart. Here you will see, uh, you can see here To here the count of the employee IDs and some of the salaries that you can see, as some of the salaries is having the larger scale, so we are not able to compare the count of employee ID. So we have another option here to create a combo chart on it. Combo chart means you can on the same scale you can make your two charts. I mean two types of charts you can create like this. I will click on the combo chart. Suppose the count of employee IDs, I wanted to show it with line. Okay, I can select the lines from here, that the different lines, and the sum of the salaries I wanted to show it by the columns. Okay, and that is how it will come. But here you have the option of secondary axis. Suppose the count of employees, you wanted to create a new axis here, secondary axis, y axis. You can just select that and you can just make it okay. So here you have this one chart is coming here. Okay, and just place it here. Now you have on the x-axis, I mean on the x-axis, you are having all the departments. On the y-axis, here you can see the sum of the salaries, and on the right side, you can see the total count of the employees. Okay, then we can also make a chart on our year-wise analysis. So again, here I'm just making this chart for the year-wise analysis. That is line chart. So that is created. And again, we wanted to go with 1 second. Okay, so we will be creating a summary on the city-wise as well, like total how many uh, employees that we can see in the city-wise, that it's going to create this chart. So we can create our bar chart here as well. So it's just the bar chart is just the opposite of your column chart. Okay, so where the columns has become the bars now, and then you have this charts. Let's create a chart onto this as well. Okay. Okay, so now you can see we have how many charts do we have? Total 4 charts we have. Let's select all these charts. Okay, you can cut them from here. You can create a new sheet with the name as dashboard. And then here you can do is you can paste all these charts. So you have all these charts available here, right? One by one, what you can do is you can make the placement of these charts. Okay, let me just place all these charts. No, now you can see just I am placing these charts properly. So they are placed now. Okay, after placement of these charts, then here comes the important thing, that is uh, because you know that here so many, I mean, if you look at every chart, you have to work on the chart area as well as whatever the data points that you are here displaying, those things should be clear. So let me just do that thing on one chart so that it will be implemented on other charts as well. So what you have to do is there is an option that you get here, okay, in the plus icon. Although the designing formats, you can change it from here as well. Like suppose I am selecting this designing format, those options are available to you here. So you can select any design that looks good to you. Okay, same way you can select it for this chart as well. And here now, 1 second, we can go with, okay, let's choose some different design. Okay, let me just select this design. Okay, so here we have selected these designs, and for this also we have to select something similar to that only, so that, or we have to change this one. Yeah, okay, so we have selected these two charts with the same design, and this one with the other design. So what do you have here? So when you click on the plus icon, although you have the chart style options available here, you can utilize that. Or when you click on the plus icon, you can add elements to the chart. Suppose you have this chart and you do not want few things here, like suppose you do not want the chart title. So if you uncheck it, the chart title will not come. If you click on the data labels, the data labels will not come here. As you can see, these values, they will not come. If you remove your grid lines, on the back, grid lines will not be available. Legend is this total that you can see, that you can remove it from here. And what else, like excesses, if you do not want, they will also not come. So right now we need excesses, and rest everything is fine in this chart. We do not want, we can hide these. Okay, all the field buttons that we can see, so that we get good area of this chart. And so here we are getting the complete area that you can see. Or if you wanted to increase the decrease of the size, from here you can increase and decrease the size of it. Right? Same way, what we can do is we can implement on this as well. So here again, we can just do the same things like legends we can remove, and rest we can just hide all the field icons that we have. And same thing, we can do it for this as well. Okay, whatever we have it. So here we do not need the total, just remove the legends. These things we do not need it. Okay, that's fine. Chart title as well as I don't need it. Same thing, you can do it for this one. Here we don't require the data labels. Okay, and okay, and if you these legends, if you wanted to place somewhere else, you can place those legend somewhere else as well. Like if you want them to be like this, you can just make them here at the top. So they will all come like this only. Like, okay. And here the sum of the salaries you're displaying, you can just remove all these. Now you can easily figure it out. And if you wanted to increase the area, from here you can increase or decrease the area. So we have comparing four charts here. Let's make the basic one only. That is fine. Okay, as you can see in these bars, these values are coming inside the bar only. If you wanted to give them a different color, you can just select them and you can give a different color to it. Like suppose, or you can choose the options where should they come, like outside you wanted to place it, you can place them outside. Okay, so this is what basically we are doing the formatting on the chart because we have the chart formatting options. Now the chart has been properly formatted. Okay, and on the back side, you can see you still have the grid lines. What you can do, you can go to the view option, and there you have the option of, you can uncheck this. Now the grid lines will not come here on the back side. And here, what you can do else is you can create one. Okay, you can just merge these cells together, and it is here you can write that it's an employee dashboard. Okay, you can increase the size as well. If you wanted to format it, you can do the formatting part. Like this, you can do the formatting. Let's make it together like this. So now you have these two charts which are available to you here. Let me just make these two charts bigger as well. Okay, the placement things that you have to carefully work on. That's it. So here you have to work on. Yeah, let's make it big. We can make it bold. So this is the employee dashboard that you can see here, where we have all the charts. Now on this, if you wanted to filter our data set, so we can control the filters as well. What we can do is from here, we have this option, pivot table analyze. You can insert slicers. Slicers will add some, I mean, it will give you the filter options where you can select as an end user, they can select it and the filter, it will going to filter out the data. Suppose if you wanted to filter it based on the year or based on the department, let me add these two slicers here. So two slicers have come here. That is a department wise. I wanted to filter my data set and year wise as well. I wanted to filter. I can place these slicers here together properly. And once done, now if you wanted to filter your data set, it will filter your data set. But here it is right now working on this report only. You can change the slicer report connections. You can go to the report connection and when you go to here, you see it is right now working on pivot table 3. Okay, so here the department is already there on the x-axis. If you wanted to see, like, that is why it is very important to name your pivot tables, because here we are not able to understand it. So let's do one thing, because we know that these pivot tables are being created. Okay, let's go to the pivot table option and let's name our pivot tables. So suppose this is the pivot table we have created. Go to the pivot table analyze. There you have, this is pivot table 3. So here we are comparing what department. Okay, department wise count and salary. Here this is, we are comparing year on year data. Oh, this is for city. I'm just naming it. And the same thing here you can do for, this is for designations. We are doing it. Okay, and let's, because I have, let me make this. This is what a designation department wise salary we are comparing. So, so let's go to the dashboard. Now we can easily connect them. Go to the slicer option. You have the option of remote yeah, you will be able to see the connections. So right now it is connected to what department count salary. I mean this one it is connected to, but you don't want to connect it to this one. Suppose when you click on this department, any filter like finance, HR, IT, or marketing, it should filter your data set on this particular one. I mean the year on year, that is the data analysis you are showing, and as well as this one, which is your city wise. If you want, select this. Now you will see this is going to work and filter on these two data set only. Okay, same way for the years you wanted to filter your data set, but right now it is working on this one. That is fine. Again, you can do the report connection of it. You can just go here, go to the report connection. Right now you want this report to work on. You want it to work on all your chart except for the year on year. That's it. So you can select here that you wanted to work on city, you wanted to work it on this one. That's it. Now if you select, you will see, you will find that it is, while you are filtering your data, okay, it is working on all the reports here. So let me just make it normal. So here you see a very small dashboard we have created. Okay, and this dashboard we can present it to our I mean manager or the client. This is the basic dashboard that we have worked on Excel. So I'll just show you some other dashboards too. Okay, you can see here that I have another dashboard which is being made on the same data which is available. Now here on the right side, you are able to see all the slices like department wise, city wise, and the year wise. And there you can see all the charts that we are made. Suppose we wanted to filter our data based on any like department wise. You can see here how the things are working. Okay, suppose if you're looking for the data of the finance and it is only related to this particular city, right? You can select that as well, or you can see that year wise also you can select the data set. So here they all are interrelated. But if you wanted to filter the finance data of 2015, that is how you are going to filter it out. After 2016, you can see that it is changing. This middle one is not changing because here you can see that is from 2015 to 2025. It is giving you the count of all the employees. Like that, here we can present our data to your client or the panel to manager. We can make the dashboards, we can create the pivot tables to the summary, and we are using the charts or the visualizations so that pictorially you can represent your data and you can present it. It looks neat, it looks good when you're presenting your data set like that. It is easily understood, it easily one can find it like what is the patterns inside the data, and then future decisions can be taken based on this chart or analysis that you have presented. Okay, but before that, make sure that there are no errors in your data. Your data is properly cleaned. Okay, those things you have to, I mean, most of your work will work, you have to spend on cleaning of the data set. If your data is not properly cleaned, your analysis will go wrong. So those things we have to take care. So that is why we spend as most of our time on understanding the data set, cleaning it, then creating some new columns, okay, or conditional columns if it is required, then finally preparing it for the analysis or for the visualization. Okay, guys, thank you. If you like the video, that is great. Okay, and this is the complete SQL tutorial we have covered here from the part 1 to part 3. So I hope you have enjoyed it. So take care. Bye bye. Okay, thank you.